Hey everyone, welcome to this video about presenting media in our church services using Easy Worship. Easy Worship is the program that we use to show PowerPoint slides for sermons and songs. We also use Easy Worship to show videos or photos or any other media that we are projecting during the service.
Let's turn on the projectors. The remotes have labels on the back that tell you what projectors they're for. Let's go to Congregation Projector. I turned it on. Now I'm going to go up the stairs. Other projector.
It's a good idea when you're running Easy Worship to have a copy of the order of service. We always have this printed out each week, and it shows you what order things are happening in the service, the order of songs, prayers, sermon, everything else, and who is responsible for which of those things. So often whoever is leading the worship music will leave a couple copies of the order of service up here in the tech booth. So the program we use to project all of our media on Sunday morning is called Easy Worship, and it is pretty easy to use. So if I go on the desktop of our computer, click on Easy Worship, you'll see three columns here. The column on the left is called the schedule, and that's where I can drag in any media that we're using for that service. So that could be PowerPoint files, videos, images, whatever. So on the desktop, you'll usually see some folders for each upcoming service. I'm going to click on July 10th here, and you can see on July 10th we have lyrics PowerPoint. I'm going to drag that into Easy Worship. We had a video on that Sunday, another video that we showed on that Sunday, and then this PowerPoint presentation here is for the sermon. Also, just for example, I'm going to drag a picture into here. This is just an image file. Any of these things, if I click on them, they will display on our projector here in the sanctuary. So if I click on the lyrics PowerPoint, you'll see in the second column here, all of these PowerPoint slides will show up, and I could go through the slides just by clicking on them or by using the up and down arrow keys to move through the slides. On Easy Worship, you can see the third column is the live output. That's showing you whatever is being displayed right now. Here in the middle, you can see all the options of slides in this document, but on the right, you can see the one that's actually being displayed right now. If you ever want to turn the screen off, this top right button here in Easy Worship is blinking live. If I click on that, we will have the image cut and nothing will be projected. That's useful for baptisms or any other time where maybe the projector screen has been lifted up. And if you want to turn Easy Worship back on, just hit live again. So I can click on a video, and the video will show up in the middle and start playing. I can click on an image, and that will display. If I wanted to stop showing the image, I could just turn off live in the upper right corner of Easy Worship.
So every Sunday morning when you get here, you're going to put on the announcement slides first. And usually we start playing these before or just as the music team has started playing the prelude music, which is like their instrumental music that they play at the beginning of the service just to welcome everyone in. So these announcement slides, they automatically loop, so you don't need to do that. You'll just put that on the screen and they will keep on going for you. So you'll just follow along the service and your order of service with these different slides. So when you are playing the lyrics slides for the congregation, you really want to be attentive and following along. I like to either sing along or just like speak the words along with the service to make sure that you're staying on track. So you want to switch the slides a little bit before the congregation needs them switched preferably. So you don't want to wait until they get to the last possible word before you switch the slide, or this happens.
Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee.
So usually you want to switch the slides like a couple seconds early. Everyone's eyes are kind of reading what the last words are anyways before they get there, so you don't really need to keep the lyrics up for the final word.
Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions, they fail not.
For your sermon, the preacher, whoever's preaching, will usually have provided you with some sermon slides and often with a physical printed outline. I don't have one up here right now, but it will just be like a text of what they're planning to preach. Mark, Bruce, and Troy, I think they all do this where they'll write where they want you to switch the slides for the sermon. But it shouldn't be too difficult to follow. If there's a scripture reading, you're just moving the scripture reading as they speak it, and then different points of the sermon as they come up. So then at the end of the service, there'll be a benediction, and then after that, you're going to go right back to the announcement slides and let those play again while the music team does the postlude, which is the instrumental music again at the end of the service. And you'll just leave those announcement slides going for, a little while, a few minutes, until people have kind of more or less left the sanctuary.
Running all of these PowerPoint slides, all of these videos, everything else that's being used for the service is not technically hard, but it does take a lot of concentration. You need to be the most attentive person in the room, because if your mind wanders and you start to think about what you're going to have for lunch today or what you're going to do when church is done, then you'll very quickly find that you've missed a quick transition and everyone's moved on to the next slide without you, or something like that.
Now that it's the end of the service, we need to turn off the projectors.
Worship used to be hard, but now it's easy.